Let's talk about that moment, that really frustrating moment when a smart tool that you actually trust does something that makes absolutely no sense at all. We're going to get to the bottom of why that happens.
You know exactly the feeling I'm talking about, right? You're using a piece of software that's usually just brilliant. It's fast, it's reliable, and then, completely out of the blue, it does something so off-the-wall wrong that it makes you question everything.
Okay, so to really get our heads around this, let's use a simple, everyday example. Let's talk about an app that automatically sorts and tags your photos. First things first, let's set the stage for what you expect. This app is a workhorse. It's rock solid. Day in and day out, it does its job, and it does it perfectly. You really come to trust it.
So you drop in a photo, say, of a golden retriever, and bam! Instantly, it spits out the label dog. Perfect. No problem at all. This is exactly what it's supposed to do.
Let's try another one. A picture of a tabby cat this time. And? Yep, nails it again. Cat. The system just works. Every time you use it, that pattern of reliability just gets stronger and stronger.
In fact, we're not just talking pretty good. Its accuracy is an incredible 99.9%. Think about that. That's almost perfect. You have every single reason to believe this thing is basically infallible.
And then, one day, you go to upload another photo, another pretty standard picture of a dog, but the result you get back, well, it's not what you expected. Not at all. The app, this trusty app that's correctly identified thousands of dogs, suddenly labels this one wombat. Wait, what? A wombat? It's not just a little bit wrong, it's bizarrely, confidently, from another planet wrong.
So your immediate thought, and it's a totally logical one, is what just happened? Is the AI broken? Did a recent update somehow make it dumber? Did the AI actually get worse?
Well, the short answer is no. The system didn't get worse. What you experienced wasn't the system breaking down. It was something else entirely, a fundamental mismatch in how the system learned in the first place.
You see, ideally, what we want an AI system to do is something called generalization. Now, it's a fancy-sounding word, but all it means is the ability to take what it's learned from the past and apply it correctly to new things it's never seen before. You know, kind of like we do. But sometimes, a system does the exact opposite. It's a problem called overfitting. And the best way to think about it is this. Instead of learning the general rules of a subject, it just memorizes the specific answers to the test questions. It learns its training data too well, right down to all the random noise and little quirks.
And here we get to the absolute heart of the issue. That photo app, it never actually learned the idea of a dog. It doesn't have a concept of dogness the way a person does.
Instead, what it got incredibly good at was recognizing the specific statistical patterns in the thousands and thousands of dog photos it was trained on. It memorized what those pixels usually look like. And that distinction, that's everything.
Now, this whole approach of memorizing patterns isn't some kind of mistake or a bug. It's actually an engineering trade-off. The system is deliberately optimized to be really good at some things, but that comes at the expense of other things.
So just take a look at this. It's a peek under the hood at the kind of data the system was trained on. You can see that massive chunk, 99% of it, is made up of common, straightforward cases. And that tiny little sliver, just 1%, that's the weird stuff, the rare and unusual edge cases. So here's that trade-off, laid out plain and simple. The gain, the upside, is that you get crazy high accuracy on that huge 99% of common stuff. It's fast, it's efficient. But the loss, the downside, is that it performs terribly on that rare 1%. It just doesn't have the robustness to handle the unexpected. And this trade-off creates a kind of hidden property in the system's behavior. It's a quality that you'd never even see under normal conditions. And honestly, there's a perfect metaphor for this from materials science.
Think about the difference between a metal wire and a piece of glass. A wire is ductile. When you put it under stress, it bends, it deforms. But a brittle material, like glass, doesn't bend. It holds its shape perfectly, right up until it hits a very specific breaking point. And then it doesn't bend. It just shatters.
And that right there is a fantastic way to understand what's going on. The AI system is brittle. It wasn't designed to degrade gracefully or to bend under pressure. It's designed to be either right or completely wrong.
This explains why its performance seems so black and white. It works perfectly, hitting that 99.9% accuracy right up until the exact moment it encounters a specific kind of stress it just wasn't trained for.
So, that one unusual photo of a dog, maybe the lighting was weird, maybe the angle was 1 in a million, that wasn't just another data point for it to get wrong. That was the specific stress that pushed the system past its breaking point. And it didn't bend, it snapped, giving you that totally nonsensical wombat label.
So let's just bring it all together. First, the system didn't get worse. Its performance didn't degrade over time. Second, what actually happened was its inherent, designed-in brittleness was revealed. And third, that brittleness only came to light because a rare, unexpected edge case finally showed up.
So, that surprising failure wasn't a sign of the system breaking down at all. It was actually a sign of it working exactly as it was designed. Trade-offs, brittleness, and all. And that explains why the system behaved that way.